I just want to say this up front. I'm not trying to go viral. I know how crazy that sounds because if you look on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, a lot of these social media platforms, everybody is just trying to be known and trying to get people's attention. And I think at times it's like, what good is having a microphone in front of TED Talk, in front of 10,000 people and have no clue what to say? So going viral can be good and bad because you can just have a microphone in front of you and just don't know what to say. And I think a lot of these social media platforms have turned out to be that way, where some people are just using certain platforms as data dump and they just dump whatever they feel they want to dump on there because they want to create attention. And I think for me, I just want to be able to stay in my lane. I may have 10 individuals watching this video, and some of them would probably watch towards the end. I may get 1,000 people watch this video, but then not even a few of them will even watch to the end. So it's not about metrics, it's about going deeper, and that's what I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going to be doing that, because it's so easy to have the temptation to be like, I want to be known by everyone. And that is so easy to do in business. It's so easy to want to work with everyone. Sometimes you make these cold calls and you're speaking to people. There's that element of desperation where you just want to be able to work with them. And that's because there's that inward tendency where we want to be able to be liked by everyone. Hence why you see that a lot on the social media platforms where everybody's trying to get some attention. And you've got certain things that feed that, like likes, comments. And for me, I've been able to overcome that difficulty of, if there's something that I think would be helpful to my audience, regardless of whether I get any likes or comments on my post, I'm going to post that. And it's not because I'm trying to go viral, because you could be able to be on platforms like LinkedIn and constantly stare at the amount of impressions you're going to get. And then you just have this temptation to delete the post because you haven't had the same amount of impressions of someone who is getting 100,000 impressions every single day. And I think it's so important to not do that, because otherwise you're just going to be chasing vanity and metrics constantly. So it's better off to stay in your lane and stop trying to be this Mr. Beast, Gary V, where you just want to go viral and be known. There are several individuals that I even know that have utilized certain platforms to go viral, but they haven't built anything. There's no real community. Like TikTok, for example. TikTok is great when it comes to short content, but the amount of individuals that actually go back to your content, you don't necessarily retain them. You're just going from one audience to another constantly. That might sit in the same category of the videos that they watch, but at the same time, you have to ask the question, why are you pursuing constant metrics? And that's something that I needed to deal with. It's temptations that I have gone through myself, especially someone like myself who is on LinkedIn. And sometimes people don't necessarily engage with you, and that's okay. It's not about going viral. And I think it's really important as a founder to be at peace with that, to say, you know what, whatever I'm building, it's not about being known. It's about doing the best that I can and being able to utilize my platform the best way I can. And once you can be at peace with that and say, I can use my platform the best way I can to the audience that I have, and for them to actually be able to even vouch for you to say you are helpful, that's good, very good. There are not a lot of people that are doing that today. A lot of people are doing a lot of things that aren't necessarily helpful, but because it's going to be a video that's going to, as you know, turn them into a Gary V, they'll go ahead and post that video, not because it's going to be helpful to their audience per se, but it helps them. And it's almost a very selfish mindset. It's all about them, where they want to get to, becoming, you know, the most well known, you know, individual in business or whatever they're building, right? So it's about building something that lasts, not building a trend. And I think that's really, really important. So yeah, sometimes it does mean slow views and lower engagement. And you just have to be really careful that you're not just looking at those things constantly. Otherwise, you're just going to be almost in a you're gonna freeze. I think you'll really just freeze, and it's not gonna be healthy. It's not gonna be healthy at all. So I think it is very important today that you're building something deeper. You're not just chasing metrics. And I hope those who are listening, you know, I may only get 10 people watching this video, and if you are one of the 10 that's gonna watch to the end of the video, I hope this was helpful. And you know, I want to be able to resonate with some of you guys that don't want to go viral. I know there are several founders as well that just want to be content, enjoy their family, enjoy their friends, go on holiday with their family and friends, to not constantly be on Instagram and coveting people's lives, because some people post stuff online and think, oh my days, I would love a life like that. And I think that's why some social media platforms are so dangerous. I can't remember who it's from. It must have been from a pastor called John Piper. He must have said, you know, phones are a gift, but a dangerous gift. So you could either use it as a tool or you can allow it to master you. And that's something that you have to recognize very, very early. Otherwise, you're going to end up being mastered by it. And if you're being mastered by social media and you're constantly going over people's platforms, videos, what you're going to then do is, oh, I think I should be doing something like this. And then you end up creating content to just go viral. You're constantly posting things on TikTok, Instagram, just waiting that the algorithm is going to put you through in a system where you get millions and millions of views. And just stop that. Avoid it like the plague. So I'm not trying to go viral. I hope you're not trying to go viral. And if you have watched this to the end, thank you. Please watch and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.